Hello again. It's another month, and that means another Bokksu. Being February, this month's box is Valentine's themed. And no one sponsored it for me, so I guess I'll just have to be my own Valentine. Not that there's any shame in that if no one else is good enough for you. Anyway, this box is called Amai Valentine. Amai means sweet. Little disclaimer, I've been sick this week, so I may have to speed run things so I don't have another coughing fit. The first thing is Miyako Kombu Kelp Senbei, which is a little rice cracker. There was 4 of these. They taste like seaweed and vinegar. So they're kind of like salty, tangy. I wish they were smaller and there was more of them. Now this thing, I think I've had something like this in a box before. The strawberry tartlet. I have half of one left. It's like a soft cookie with strawberry jam in it. The jam is a little bit tart, which is nice next to the sweet cookie. And the texture is nice. It's very soft. So I like that a lot. There's a bunch of strawberry stuff in here. Next is Mo Grape Gummy. These are really small. Compared to those other ones I had. And they taste more like normal grape candy. I prefer white grape, so like muscat. So these are good, but they're not my favorite. So yeah. Good, but not super exciting. Now this is the first thing I've ever had in a Bokksu that I didn't like. Ume Zarame Sugar Rice Cracker. It's supposed to be plum and sugar, but it really just tastes sour and gross. And not even like sour plum, because I really like sour plum stuff. This just tastes like a lot, and not in a good way. It was a little shocking, to be honest, and I wasn't a fan. There were 2, so I may give this one to someone else just to see what they think about it, but I didn't like it. This I did like, however. Katage Potato Kansai Dashi Soy Sauce. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but dashi makes an excellent chip flavor. I use dashi a lot in cooking. It's, I think it's bonito stock, kind of. Like, the stuff I get is like little granules, and then you dissolve it in water. And it goes in stuff like tamago egg and okonomiyaki and ochazuke. I use it in that too. So it's kind of fishy, salty flavor, and it's really good, and it's amazing on chips apparently. The only thing that makes it lose maybe like 1 point is that the chips are a bit thicker than I like. I like really thin, crispy chips. And these are a little thicker. I mean, Calbee's usually a good brand, so I expected good things, and I wasn't that disappointed, so. These are fun. Amao Strawberry Marshmallows. Apparently there's something special about these Amao strawberries. I'll see in the book at the end. It says something about it. But they're exactly what it says. They're little strawberry marshmallows, but they have chocolate inside. There's like a little pocket of chocolate goo inside, and these are really great. I'm glad there was a bunch, because they're really exciting. But I'm also a fan of marshmallows, so that was nice. Mmm. What's next? Ah, yes. Arare Komachi. These are just like tiny crackers. Um, the package is cute, but they were not super exciting. There's different flavors in here, like soy sauce and seaweed and whatever. They're just rice crackers, so good little snack. Kind of a small package. Nothing tremendously exciting about it, but they're good. So I'll take it. This thing? What the heck? Oh, puffed rye, rice, and puffed corn. That's what this was made of. I couldn't figure out what this thing was made of when I ate it. Hokkaido white raspberry. It was like a cookie, but it was really fluffy and it was like brown on the inside, and I'm guessing that that was probably the rye. But it was like really, really light and crispy, nice texture. Um, and the cookie was coated in white chocolate, and it had dried raspberries in it, and it actually reminded me of this month I was selling macarons for Valentine's Day, and I made white chocolate raspberry ones, and that's what was inside them. It was white chocolate ganache with freeze dried raspberries, like put in a food processor and put in the ganache. And this was like the outside of this was like the inside of my macarons, and I really liked that. So that was kind of a neat coincidence. I didn't know what I was gonna think about this. Ohara Shiso candy. Now, you might recognize these. We've had candies from this maker before, and they always look so cute. And apparently shiso is an herb that they use in pickling. So I didn't really know what it was going to taste like in a candy. And it is a little bit herbal, but it's still very sweet. So it's actually, I can't describe the flavor. But it is delicious. It's very good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eating the rest of these. I just love how cute they are. It's hard to see without the light. There we go. They're just, they look like those humbug candies with the stripes, and I just think they're adorable. Speaking of adorable, look at the bag for this tea. Sencha green tea, Fuyu Bancha. Look at it. It's so cute. This is apparently some tea that's harvested in winter. And it's supposed to be, like, very not bitter. And it's true, because normally I'm not really a big fan of green tea, because you're supposed to drink it with no sugar. And it's bitter. To me, anyway, because I'm a sugar fiend. But this one, not so. I can see how this is kind of mild, and I like it. And I actually probably should be drinking it, because tea is one of the only things I can drink right now that doesn't irritate my throat. These are so cute. We had some of these before. These tiny little mochi on a stick. These are Aomori apple dango mochi. They were, I can't remember now what flavor they were. They were some kind of orange? Clementine, tangerine, I don't know. They were orange, and they had orange peel in them, I think. These are apple flavored. And they actually taste a lot like, apple candy. Like, they don't taste like real apples. They taste aggressively fragrant apple, which I don't mind. I like that. And they're very soft. The texture on these things is always really good. So I like these a lot. And there's 2 more sticks for me to enjoy later. Now this thing, if you want something that does taste like real apples, that was this. This was Mori no Madeleine apple. So I didn't actually read the description before I ate it. It was a little round cake. And I expected it to be apple flavored, but it actually had like a layer of apple jam inside. So it was like super moist and soft, and the apple jam was really good. It wasn't like apple butter, so it wasn't like super smooth. It had tiny, tiny chunks of apple in it, and it was really nice. So this was the actual. That was like the mochi was like aggressive candy apple flavor, and this was like real apple flavor. So that was kind of a nice variety. This thing, I wish I'd saved it. If I knew what it was gonna look like, I would have saved it to show you on camera. I'm really sad that I didn't. Ano imo purple yam no tamago. And the tamago was honestly well named. Tamago means egg. And this thing looked like an egg. Like legit like an egg. So it's sweet potato flavored. Or like that purple yam. But it was like, okay, so it was egg shaped. And it had, I guess, white chocolate on the outside, so it looked like a shell. And then when you ate it, there was like the dough, and then there was like a ball of the sweet potato flavored stuff like a yolk. So it was really kind of trippy. It looked so much like an egg that it tripped me out when I ate it. So I'm sad that I couldn't show you. But you just have to take my word for it. It was really fun. And this thing, we've had these before, but smaller, I think. This was, no, I think I had a long one before. This financier cake. Stick financier sweet potato. More sweet potato things. I love sweet potato things. So, this thing, almond flour. What's brown butter? I realize I don't know what brown butter is. Anyway, this was a long cake, and it tasted like moist sweet potato, and I really enjoyed it because it was very good. I like sweet potato things. I guess maybe that's the sweet in Sweet Valentine. Ooh, this is a little bit more Western Valentine-ish. Oh man, I feel like I should have talked about Japanese Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll do that for the other box. Anyway, I'm gonna open this so you can see it. There was 2 of these, so I saved one. Look at it. It's a little chocolate strawberry heart. Hakata Minorika Amao chocolate. So yeah, it's got strawberry, those Amao strawberries again. And chocolate, crunchy. It's very crunchy. But it's a good balance of both the chocolate and the strawberries, so you can taste both things to good advantage. And it's heart-shaped. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Maybe if I had a Valentine to give it to, I would. But since I'm my own Valentine this month, I'm just gonna eat it myself later. And the last thing, I think this is the last thing? Yes. Shion Purple Yam Sandwich Cookie. We've had a lot of sandwich cookies, and they're almost always the same, except for that one with like the picture on it. But I think that was in the Sakurako. They're always like really thin, and then they have a really thin layer of filling. This was not so. This had a big fat layer of filling, and there was crunchy something in it. I don't know what it was. But it had little crunchy bits inside the cream, which I guess wasn't entirely unwelcome, but it was surprising. And it was more purple yam, which I like. So yeah, that was a good cookie. It had a good texture. I think I liked it more because it had more filling. So it was softer. I like that this says it contains alcohol, but I'm just thinking about that thing I had that one time where it was supposed to taste like something else, and then the afterthought was contains alcohol, and all it tasted like was alcohol. This was not like that. It tasted like purple yam. So, in conclusion, my favorite savory thing was by far these chips. The only thing I would change is the texture by a little bit, but it wasn't that bad otherwise. The sweet things, though, it's a little harder to pick the sweet thing. There was a lot of sweet things in this box. And they were all really good. I think I'm gonna do a tie. I'm gonna go with, on one hand, the Hokkaido White Raspberry, just because it reminded me of the filling of my macarons that I've become extremely fond of because I have to eat all the extras. And the other thing I'm gonna pick is these apple mochi things. Because I like a good mochi, and these were soft and aggressive candy apple flavor. And of course, if we're gonna pick the loser from this box, it's this little guy. So sad and depressing. I'm gonna feed him to someone else and see if they also don't like it or if it's just me. And that's it for the February Bokksu. Thanks so much for watching. Maybe next month someone will sponsor the Bokksu. You can pick the character I review it as. The Sakura Co for this month, however, has been sponsored. So that one is covered. But next month, both boxes will be up for grabs, so check out my wish lists if you want to do that. They won't be up yet because I put them up at the end of the month or when they ship. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope I will feel better next time I see you. And I'll be back with the Sakura Co later this month. Bye!